Hello, hello. I was just reading something about how we have about 60,000 thoughts a day, and of those thoughts, 90% of them are just repeated thoughts that we've had before. And a lot of them, most of them, are also like negative thoughts. And it just got me thinking that so many people are just walking through the world repeating the same things over and over and over again in their heads, and then going through life doing the same things. So if you're someone where you're in a place and you're just like not happy with where you are, you have to look at what are the things I am thinking about regularly, what are the patterns that I have going on, and what are the actions I'm taking without even thinking about it, because so many of the things that we do are just subconscious. We're just doing them automatically and not even thinking about them. So, for example, I used to just not even think about like really the food I was eating, and I have been really working to shift my identity from where I was to this six-figure entrepreneur, and I also identify as someone who is healthy, who loves being in their body, who takes care of themselves. And so part of that for me looks like having a healthy meal that feels nourishing to my body, that I'm excited to eat each morning. And this is just like a chia seed pudding with some oatmeal, with some coconut, shredded coconut on it. I put some walnuts in there and some fruit. And it is so delicious. I've also done like overnight oats a lot. I just know that when I eat this, it makes me feel good. I've done it enough times to know that it helps like my energy level stay stable. So this is a good action. This is something I do want to repeat regularly. And I just have to keep in mind, because I'll notice like as it starts to get colder, like in the wintertime, I won't want to eat this anymore. And I need to like be aware to shift and not just continue that over and over again. Because then I'm just going through the motions. And then I'm like, why am I not getting different results? Because I'm not changing the way that I'm doing things to actually suit how I'm feeling in life in the current moment. So that was a little, I don't know. I hope that made sense. But I just wanted to talk more about how shifting into this identity of like the future you, of the version of you the version of you that's like has everything, that is fully resourced, that's fully funded, that has all the support and the love and the money and all of that. That version of you already exists in the quantum. Like, we're starting to see more and more. And I'm like, you know what? I think Marvel did such a great job of like bringing the idea of like multiple universes existing at once into the mainstream. And I think it's a great way to explain it. But yes, all of those versions of you, the one that is like the highest, the most fulfilled version of you already exists. And in order to get that version of you to be you right now, you have to start acting as if you're already that person. And one of the ways that I do it is by eating food that tastes good, that is healthy for me, because that's what that version of me would do. You know what I'm saying? Other things that I do, that version of me is not stressing out about every little thing. She knows how to have fun. She knows how to take care of herself. So I'm going to make art that is fun, that is just for me. I'm not making art to perform. I'm not making art for other people. I'm making art that genuinely lets me express what is in my mind and in my head onto paper. And the more that I do that, the more I can get into the flow state, and the more that I can express more authentically and more genuinely. Then I can get up on camera and start talking about stuff like this, and the words just start to flow because I'm in the energy of it. I hope that makes sense. If this does, please leave a comment if you know what I mean. Because there is such a different energy between the version of you that is, not happy with where they are, that feels that lack, like there's something missing, or, you're just irritated because of this or that, and you just and when you're in that energy, you will continue to notice more things that bring in that same kind of energy. You'll start notice like, oh, my body hurts. Oh, gosh, this thing happened again, and it's like one thing after another. And so I'm not saying that I'm like immune to that, because I definitely have days like that too. And I, so that just makes me appreciate when I'm in the higher, more elevated days where my energy is higher, and I just don't take anything for granted anymore, because I know that everything is also temporary. Like, even being in a suit, like if you have like the best day ever, that's not going to last forever, because that's not sustainable. So enjoy it while you have it. And then when you have those days where you're feeling a little bit lower and it doesn't feel like the greatest thing ever, that's okay too. That's normal, because life isn't just a straight line. It's a cycle. It's gonna go up and down and around, and it'll come back around. So anyways, I just wanted to hop on and say that, and I hope that resonates. And let me know if you feel that, if you're vibing with that, and if you're kind of on this journey too, where you're sitting and looking at what is going on in your life and trying to figure out ways that you can somehow make it better. And you don't even have to take huge steps. Just do like one little thing each day. Making myself a cup of coffee, making myself a cup of tea. If there's something I can do throughout my day to just make it a little bit better, if I could do something to make myself smile, like when I go change, I'm gonna put like some fun earrings on, something that just like brightens my day. Those little things make all the difference, in my opinion. So anyways, that's all for today. Talk to you later. Okay, bye.